Brr, sure is cold. December is here and thank gosh I got my retro storm blanket and my comfortable summer vacation crew neck from Vapor 95. Use discount code Jazzy15 to get 50% off when you shop on their online store. They have a large collection of items with aesthetic designs. Here are the ones that I got. Including this little guy. Psst, they also have 80s inspired designs. For my viewers, I highly recommend checking out Mr. Melville's collection. It could be the perfect gift for yourself or your loved ones. And I mean, it's almost the holidays. Link to the shop will be in the description and in the pinned comment. When you click the link, the code will already be applied. Thank you so much to Vapor 95 for this exciting collaboration. Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Jazzy and I'm here with another video. I actually have no idea how this video is gonna go down. I'm predicting that it's gonna be a very long one. Before we get on with it, I want to mention a little disclaimer. Ooh, we love that. Before anyone asks, I thrift a majority, if not all, of my clothes, aside from the ones that I buy off of eBay, Depop, Etsy, and Poshmark. So yeah, most everything is thrifted. I will be actually adding in the vintage brand names on screen. This is so you guys can look up similar items online, but sadly some of these do not have tags, so I can't really mention them. And I won't be mentioning any modern brand names. Only a small few of things in here in my closet are modern, just very tiny, super teeny wee. I only got those items because they look vintage passing. Finally, since we got that out of the way, say hello to the inside of my closet. As you can see, it is quite small, but I will do a quick rundown on how I organize my closet for those of you wondering. At the far left, you can see all of my pants and bottoms, which gradually turns into some of my tops, blouses, and t-shirts, and then pants. And onto the far right, I have some random tops hanging up in no particular order. And then when it gets to near the end, that is where all my jackets are. Up on top is where I keep all of my sweaters and some of my modern clothes. I'm talking like high school, beginning of college clothes. I threw away a lot of my clothes when I was transitioning into my vintage wardrobe. Whatever is left, I either wear as loungewear or keep them for sentimental value. Now, let's get started. Now for the first one up, you guys have already seen this cardigan in my winter lookbook from 2020, and this is one of my favorite cardigans. It is by Hastings & Smith. I love the little details around the collar and lining and the cute little buttons. Now this is one of my favorite cardigans. It is super colorful, super large on me, which is quite okay because I can just put on a belt and I'm good to go. And this cardigan keeps me super warm in the winter, and it is by Joyce. Next is this small cardigan. It is by Who's That Girl. I absolutely love the tag. I think it is so cool, and that's one of the reasons why I got it. Now this rainbow cardigan showed up in one of my videos that I did with my friends. It was a closet clean out.
I think you should keep it because gays.
In there, I was trying to decide if I should throw it away or not, but I ended up keeping it. It is really nice. It has rainbow buttons going the opposite color direction. And this is by Carol Little. Last one of the cardigans. I love the design. I love the buttons. This is, I believe, like an early 90s or 90s cardigan. And this is by Jensen's Classics. Now this sweater was a part of my vintage collection very early on, and I don't really know what decade it's from. It's probably 90s. It's by Jerseys, which I believe is just like a normal clothing company. Somebody actually sewed on the collar. I think it really goes with the white in the font. I used to wear it all the time, but now I have other sweaters that I reach for more, but that is still one of my favorites. This one is very obvious. This is a Benetton sweater from the 80s. It is this dark navy color with different colored fonts. I wore this a lot last winter, as well as this one. This one I found on eBay. I'm not super into color block anymore, but it didn't stop me from buying this sweater and wearing it almost religiously. I actually wore it for my birthday and took some photos with it. It is by Braun Brook. Now this one I wasn't sure if I should add to the sweater category. It reminds me of like windbreaker material, almost like a sportswear, but I just added it to the sweater category anyway. I thrifted this and it says Crystal Lake and it has 3 different color patterns on it. I also just saw this and thought, this is another favorite of my sweaters. Most of my sweaters are all my favorite, but I'm just saying, I love the pastel. I always wanted to buy, I believe the material is called like popcorn. It has little pearls sewn into it, cute floral design, and the tag here does say copyrighted by Coulter Bay Designs Inc. 1989. Now this sweater I got late into the winter and never really got to wear it, so hopefully this winter I can. Gray sweater with a cat design on it. I think the only problem with it is that the design is off a little bit and the collar's kind of crooked. Not everything is perfectly aligned, you know. This is by CA Sport. Now this sweater is super special to me. I believe this is my only Gitano piece. This is by Gitano Knits specifically. When I say this is special, it's because I got one of my high school yearbooks from classmates.com. I noticed one of the pictures that this girl in the yearbook in 1989 at my high school, she was wearing it. It was so surreal. Any one of these sweaters was probably in the 80s, but just having like actual photo evidence made it so great and it felt really cool. This one I thrifted a couple months back. It is my only sweater that is meant to be cropped. One of the reasons why this stood out to me is because of the tag, Casual Edition Bugle Boy. I was like, I heard of that name. Where have I heard it? But going on Google and jogging my memory, I realized that Bugle Boy was one of the popular 80s brands, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm getting this. This sweater was also a part of my early vintage wardrobe. I really like the design. Freaked out when I saw it. It's just very, very cool. It is by Classic Essentials. Oops, I do have another Gitano sweater. I completely forgot this was even Gitano. This was also early on in my collection. Super cute, love the color combination. It does say it's a size large from the kind of now faded-ish tag. I do like wearing oversized things, so it's no problem to wear this. This sweater I bought off of one of my friends in the 80s community. I never really had a sweater that had like an obvious year on it. This one is the 11th Annual Health Run 1988, the 10K run and 5K walk. Now this sweater is just one color, which is nothing too special, but I think it's super essential for an 80s wardrobe to have just one colored sweaters, and then you can wear like black leggings underneath it and boom, 80s style. And this sweater is by National. Pink sweater, but this one has more of a knitted pattern on it. I just love pink things. And this one is by Hey-Band. And of course, something that you cannot not have is a Hard Rock Cafe shirt or crew neck. I decided over a crew neck because I would rather wear this in the winter than a shirt in the summer. And I chose the town Chicago because that is the town I'm most closest to geographically. This one, okay, get a good look at this. I got this last October. I really wanted a Halloween vintage sweater. You have your bats, you have your stars, your little ghosty ghouls, haunted house with lanterns and a black cat. This is by Ariel. Probably one of my most expensive crew necks here. This is the 1986 Star Tour sweater from Disneyland. I paid way too much money for something like this, and I don't regret a dang thing. This one is super interesting to me. When I saw this, I believe this was cut up and sewn back together to fit someone a little better. I still got it anyways because of the tag. And this sweater is the only few sweater vests that I have, and it's by A Milano. Now this one I wore a couple of times. It feels very old and super worn already, you know, to the point where the knitting is not as soft anymore. It is by Liz Claiborne. It's plain colored sweaters again. I don't wear this one as often, but when I do, I wear it more as like one of those 80s sweater dresses. This one is not a vintage brand, but I got it because it could be very vintage passing because of the puffy sleeves. It reminds me very much of early 80s clothing that had puff sleeves like this. It's absolutely one of my favorites. I wore this a lot in the winter. It has pink and white diamonds, and then it has this blue zigzag. I think that is super cool. It actually has shoulder pads in it. Now this one is an acrylic sweater, 50% acrylic, 50% mohair, and I feel like the mohair is what makes it very, very itchy. I usually have to wear something under this, like a white button-up or a turtleneck, and this is by Gallagher. I can already feel my voice giving out and I'm not even done yet. This one was also shown in my closet clean out video with my friends. A pastel sweater with blue, pink, and purple on it. I can't tell you how much I love this sweater. This sweater has white zigzags, one of my favorite colors. It is by Alberoy. I guess I also lied from the Bugle Boy sweater, but this is also a sweater that is meant to be cropped. I love the pink and white. It is by Thackeray. Now this sweater is super cool. I love the colors. I love the designs. I think it's super great. and is by La Venture. This one was also a part of my early collection. It's just a great sweater. I got it because it gave me very pretty and pink vibes. I love the metallic threading around it and the cute design. And this is by Colleen's Collectibles. This one was in another thrift haul video that I had last year. Not vintage at all, but it gives off vintage passing vibes, so I got it. This sweater was also in the video that I just mentioned, and I got it because it reminds me of that one photo of that girl in her room. It's not exactly the same design or color, but it gives off almost the same vibe, so I got it and it is super soft. I like the sweater. Now this sweater is a little too big on me, but I love the white knitting and the striped colors across it. I think it's really great and gives off those perfect 80s vibe. This also was in my previous video, the closet clean out. I decided to keep it and give it a second chance. I do really like the material, the cute collar on it, and the design. This is by Alfred Dunner. This isn't vintage at all from the tag, but my god, does it do an 80s sweater so correctly. You have the 3/4 sleeves, you have the bat wings. It is one of my favorites right now. It reminds me very much of the sweater that you saw previously, the confetti one. Sweater just screams 80s, and the material is just, in the words of my bestie,
It feels like a cat.
it's just a very unique design. I love the fit of this. It is adorable. I actually made a whole video about this. If you haven't seen it, it's called Trying On an Esprit Kid Sweater. I got this because why not? I don't have any Esprit items. If I'm being honest, I think the same amount of sweaters that I have is the same amount as the t-shirts and tops that I have. So let's just get right into it. We are gonna start off super strong with one of my most cherished items. This was in my summer lookbook that I just released. I have been wearing this non-stop all summer. Great top. It has wonderful zigzags of some of my favorite colors like purple and pink. I don't know if I am pronouncing this correctly, but this is by Cabrice. This is one that I had to pick up. Gives me very Magnum PI vibes, gives me photos of that one lady. Also reminds me of one of the daughters from Bill and Ted 3. And the brand is by Erica. This striped pastel button-up I love very much. Been wearing this also in the summer with my white shorts and it just looks great. This is also by Jensen's Classic. Now these both on the coat hangers I got from Etsy. This is just so cute. It has such vibrant striped colors. I love the lacing down the lining here. It is by JF1. Other one on the same hanger is this really cool checkered button-up. It is by Willow Ridge. Now this long button-up is actually a small, so I know for sure that this is the way it's supposed to look like. I have yet to actually properly wear it. I have an idea for it where I believe I could just put in a belt and wear it as like a button-up dress thing that they would do in the 80s. And it is by Jones New York Sport. So this one is very interesting. It has shoulder pads inside. I love the design. On the inside, it does say copyright 1992. And it is by Mission Bay. And this white and pink striped button up, I think the threading design is super cool. Very cute animals on it. This one is just a plain denim top with some really cute thread embroiderment. They are subtle. I think it's really nice. And the brand is by Jessica Scott. Now, I got this at a very good price on Depop. I really wanted a button up with like very cool patterns on it, and I love it so much. I've worn it plenty of times already, and the brand is Tanjay. Now this is actually another Tanjay brand that I found while thrifting, but even though I haven't worn it too much, I still really like the design. Now this one I just recently got. I have not worn it yet. It has been very hot out, and black clothes in hot weather do not mix well with me. Eventually, I'm sure I'll wear this. Very cool design, and the brand is Petite Shenanigans. Now, this was a part of my early collection. I love 80s tank tops, and I'm always trying to look for more, but I never really find that much. I love the style of this one. It is very cool. Love the horizontal stripes. And this is by D. Finney. This one I also just recently thrifted. At the bottom right here says Daytona Beach, Florida. Very cute airbrush style cat on the front, as well as this very, I'll explain it, a foam flower that's added to the tank top. Either way, I still love this very much. This shirt is one of my favorites. It has fabulous geometric design with a great color choice. It's just great. It's just great. Look at it. It's great. This one is by Suzanne Carlton. This top I thrifted and it is not vintage, but I thought I can make it look 80s, and I have is probably one of my favorite tops. Now this pink and white striped top, I recently just thrifted not even a month ago, and I've already worn it so many times. It is not vintage, and like I said before, I pick up things that are vintage passing. Of course, you can never forget plain, regular top, including the one that I'm wearing right now. Getting regular solid tops is a must. This one I got from Depop. This is such a great shirt. It's fabulous. It is fantastic. And this one you have already seen many times before, my LA Gear crop top. This was in my previous video, the summer lookbook, blah, blah, blah. Go watch that. Now, I don't know if this is actually vintage or not, but from the design, I'm just going to guess maybe like the 90s. This is a Beach Bum Hawaii shirt with 3 adorable little cats on it. Look, it's got a kitty cola. I thrifted this shirt. It says on here Costa Rica Pura Vida. The vibrant colors. I love the beach scenery. It's a good shirt. I love this shirt. I believe it is from the 80s. That is just my guess. I love the sunflower designs, and on the front it says Flowers of the Sun. The tag itself says Pumpkins Avenue by Plymouth Mills. Now this hot pink t-shirt is very cool. I love the black silhouettes, and it says New Sumerian Beach, Florida. This one is one of my most favorite t-shirts. It is a really great raspberry color shirt that has a vintage Mickey Mouse design on it, and on the side it says California. This pink shirt says Longboat Key, and it has really cute, colorful palm trees on the front, and it is by Fresh Produce, which I believe is a grocery store, right? The heck? This is a Reservoir Dogs t-shirt. It is basically one of my favorite films from Quentin Tarantino. And the thing I want to talk about is the fact that I have no idea where this is from. I have no clue. I have tried to search all over Google to figure out, was this in a special edition DVD box? Where was this sold? This is the only one of its kind that I've seen online. And I tried asking the seller on eBay and he didn't even know. So I'm like, okay, I guess we just don't know. And to piggyback off of that, I have 2 other Reservoir Dogs shirts. These are the original 1991 t-shirt that were sold to promote the film. And why do I have 2? I don't know. Now this shirt is from Ocean Pacific, which was a pretty popular brand back in the 80s, and it is from 1986. It says right here on the side of the arm. I got one of these Epcot shirts with Figment on it. 1, he's my favorite, and 2, that is my favorite part. Let me know also if you're a Figment fan, because I love him dearly.
Yummy! Blue potatoes.
This is a shiny dress shirt button up that I thrifted. I love the buttons. I think this is just a really cool top. It is by Fred David. I haven't worn this one in a while. It is just the cutest little thing. It is by Corette Petites. This is not vintage, but I thrifted this because I love the pink and blue, and this gives me very Zach Morris vibes. I also thrifted this one a while ago. I grabbed it because I don't actually have a lot of like fancy tops. I mean, sure, this isn't technically fancy, it could be casual as well, but if you put this with dress pants, it'll look great. It is by Sag Harbor Petite. This one is super fascinating. Here we got like the little button vest. Also, we have the white collar underneath it, which is just a fake white collar that you button up, and then you button the vest on top of it, and then it just looks like a whole 2-piece outfit. And the brand is Tap & Co. Now the last 2, I wasn't sure if I should put in the sweater section because they're very thick cotton, and I decided against it. I think the design for this top is super subtle. The colors are very cool. It is by Basic Editions Plus. Now, the very last one is this top. I think it has a really unique and great design, very 80s.
End of part 1.
I didn't plan an outro for this video because I wasn't planning on making a part 2, but hey, you know, life happens. Thank you so much for being patient and for watching part 1 of my closet tour. I hope you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!
You got a date, skin's looking great, cause Clearasil's ace. Face to face, face to face to face. See you at 8, skin's looking great, CJ's in place. Face to face.
Clearasil gives you great looking skin, even close up. Inside, it kills bacteria to dry the pimple.
Clearasil's ace, face to face.
Outside, it soaks up all the excess oil.
Feeling first rate, your skin's looking great, cause Clearasil's ace.
Clearasil, for skin that looks great, even close up.
Face to face, face to face to face.